spoken word things I don't really know how to do without the mic in my hand yet. So I'm going to do my hand like I do with my rap. This is death to me. Last friend I pledged called me suicidal. Little did they know that would be my revival. 7 years ago, they gave me that title. 7 years past, I'm killing me with my Bible. Yeah. I got a suicide wish, my filthy flesh must die. It's on my hit list. Corinthians 15:31. Thank you down to myself for Jesus Christ the Son. The lust must be killed. The pride must be killed. This is do God's will, not do without will. This is if you truly love me, show me, follow my commands. This is be holy, for I'm holy, carry yourself with God. Sense make sense? Probably not if you in it for the sense. On this one I'm being blatant, no subtle hints. Flesh been holding me back, I gotta kill it. Now I'm murder my flesh, George Foreman gritty. Man, I'm so corrupt. My flesh is hurricanes, it mess everything up. Destruction, category 5. Sentence myself to death row so you won't stay alive. Kuvoikin, no life support, pulling a plug on myself, no crime to report. I sin too much, I bit too much. There's no more crutch. Too crippled to walk right. Just, this all is tonight. Just, number 5. My friends and family, if I didn't die to myself, my soul would be a casualty. Burned and no turning back, incinerator. Spoiling everything I had, broke refrigerator. Of holiness and right.
Blessings poured on this thing, man. All right. Okay. For this next act that's coming up here, I gotta say a little something. All right. I'm part of a group called Gifts of Direction, GOD. What we do is put on events for families in need. All we do is put on events for families in need. Everything that happens, everything that's taken up, every ticket sold is going back to families in need. And this next person, it's with great pleasure to introduce her because she is a member of GOD, Gifts of Direction. So, with no further ado, if you're ready for your next act, let me hear you say worship.
Worship.
Let me hear you say edify.
Edify.
You are now good at energy for it. Come on, you are now good at energy for it. Lyric.
My father never claimed me. Later named me mistake, he blamed me, but seeing that God created me, I know I can't him, so my name must be changed because that's what he was afraid of. Never showed me he loved me through a kiss or a hug. The scope of violence, disease, and dope, we strive to fix broken families. Keyed up calls, phone threats at night, mama cried more than she ain't had no choice but to lose weight. Sellouts, they called us, but we maintained, and out of the drop we came and declared to make it rain. And we had fun while it lasted, thinking we wouldn't have to face the music. Happiness came and the devil claimed temptations. Temptations ordained me and declared my past history. Laying the foundation for legions and Lucifer's within my skin. Depression and attempted suicide, I claimed I had nothing to live for. Start cutting as a way to give more because like my father, I blame me. Inwood North Insane Asylum renamed me unit restriction. Crying out to God, please rescue me. He showed me that I wasn't crazy vicariously just because he was speaking to me. The devil told God he had no patent on me, so he disdained me, renaming my destiny, renaming me HOE that could have had HIV, potentially my reputation explained me as less than a young lady. I sinned because I thought the devil had power over me, but the God that I know saved me and declared my name. You gotta claim it. You gotta claim it. You gotta claim it.
Yeah. Amen.
suffocation. The flames begin to rise and dance like crashing waves onto wooden floorboards, and no matter where you step, jump, run to, they are there following you, and you're sure to get burned. No smoke alarms or detectors to warn anyone of your pain from a stranger's view. You are a walking building in flames, smoke billowing inside of yourself. Your mouth acting as a chimney with smoke and steam can partially escape the gaping hole in your heart, and you are caught inside of yourself and can't get out. And how do you release? How could anyone ever know or understand volcanic eruptions in your heart to bring you out of the ashes of agony? How could anyone ever know or understand how it hurts so good to have your flesh burning on the insides and your outsides glowing like a jack-o'-lantern that's been cut into and carved out and penetrated without your permission? Halloween is no longer innocent when people dress up as hope. As unfeasible love, as liars, renegers, promises that they couldn't keep. How do you release? But no matter how many times you click the barrel of your 45 and you click, 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 you're still here fighting in this dying world. It makes you sick, so you drink yourself into a drunken stupor and get pulled over by a state trooper almost killing a family of 5, but God manages to keep you alive. How do you release? Do you write poems on the walls of your soul to convince yourself that you can't fix a man that was never willing to love you? But you can't accept reality, so you write poems inside of your mind, convincing yourself that you were one of a kind, when really you were one in a million. He's hurt more than you, and you are one in many, so you write poems inside of your wrist, convincing yourself that release is relief, and temporary forevers feel a whole lot better than long-term nevers, right? But has that really made you whole? Have you released all the pain out of your soul? Completely turned the glass over and poured it all the way out until you saw the glass half full instead of half empty?
Come on.
Have you ever written poetry in your sleep?
Yeah.
Knowing that you could die before you get out the last release? Ever feel like you're moving too fast, working too much and never praying enough, never taking the time to put your mind at ease? If you listen, your brain, will you make peace with your thoughts? Right your wrongs, accomplish the veil in heaven or hell, which do you choose to dwell? Will you burn up inside or finally decide to let go and release?
Yeah.
Y'all give it up for it. Come on. I get to feel tall now. Real tall. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. You know what I'm talking about? All right. Is that bad?
No.
That was a long one right there.
My bad.
I need
Come on, what's that
a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? A little bit better. It's all right. So, hey, y'all ready for y'all next act? Let me hear you say worship.
Worship.
I'm just messing with you now. It look like you about to whoop me or something. You'll say worship with me, please. Okay. If you're ready for your next act, let me hear you say worship.
Worship.
All right, let me hear you say edify.
Edify.
Okay, you are now living energy 4. Come on, you are now living energy 4. RedLion.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you this one.
You know, I still got to smile because everybody still looks good. You know, but it doesn't really change or anything. Before I really just go, I kind of want to I don't want simple terms to summarize it. Before you are Hispanic, Asian, white, black, you are a child of God. The one thing that separates us from animals is our blood. If you're in the hospital and you need blood to live, you can't get that from a monkey. You can't get that from any other animal, but you can get it from me, you can get it from somebody else, you can get it from another human being. And I think that as a nation, what we have to understand is that we don't grow until we unify. Because right now, you know, you guys have seen the news. We're fighting a small civil war in our nation right now, and there's a lot of lives being lost and a lot of misunderstandings happening. And that's initially what the piece is about. It's just killing a lot of stereotypes. It's it's informative. So, according to the world, at birth I was born a crime. They said that by age 4 I would start displaying the same traits as a broken father figure. By age 6 I would touch my first Glock just to see what it's like to pull a trigger. By age 11 I would join my first gang, slang rocks down the block, smoke my first blunt. By 13, follow my first child. At 16, 17 I'm serving time in the penitentiary. By 18, if I wasn't serving a life sentence for murder, then I'd be 6 feet in the grave after being murdered. How old am I? 22. I'm 22 years and still climbing, so I guess I've exceeded all expectations. Yet, when I'm looked at, all anyone can see is this ebony skin with rap lyrics tattooed on these eyelids, iron bars, the size of capital punishment, and pants sagging below the horizon of dignity. With these hands, the children left with single mothers who cry tears of struggle and work with slave hands, and they try to water a future for the seed that was planted inside of them. They see all these things outside of me instead of the child of God inside of me. But can I really blame them? Because I'm none of these things. But when I look outside my window, all I see is the streets, the same streets that everyone claims they'll make it out of, but they're still there. Man, I want to soar through the air. Let the planes take me to see the culture of nations, because apparently back on my block, my blood isn't black enough to blend when I speak. And rhetoric such as this, the response I get are slurs that spill from lips like a boy that grammar struggling to make sense of himself. What's that song that the kids like to sing? Drumming, drumming, drumming. So when I walk, I can't stand next to pale colors. When I talk, I can't speak street. I'm in the middle of a color wheel that can't find a color to blend with. I'm a misfit because I don't fit in. Why does acceptability only go so far as the skin? Like, we supposed to be kin, but you just spoke to them. You don't blend, you're too much of a sin, so they toss you in the pit, lines then. Meanwhile, I got homies from across the border, been fighting 15 plus years just to be a legal citizen. I done seen dudes get kicked off a plane just for being Muslim. I done seen the Italian and the German and the Russian still suffering from the silent persecution, because persecution doesn't care what color or creed you claim, just like a gun doesn't care where it's aimed. Dr. King understood that. Still march for those Hispanics, Asian, whites, and blacks understood that the color of your skin is only paper thin, that the color of your blood covers everything else within. Understood that when a rainbow is formed, it has no borders in between its lines. Knew that we suffered from chronic color divide. So my question is why? Why are we still throwing riots in the streets? If the only thing that gave us opportunity was peace, why we substitute sunshine for the blackness, love and hope for the madness? We took our passions and burned them to ashes, while the media makes ratings of our pain, telling us lies, giving us those whiplashes. Making profit off the bloodshed, strange fruits be hanging from these trees, and we wonder why they only show the cricket cops on TV.
Come on.
Why they misrepresent the hood in the worst way on the TV. And I swear when I saw him kill Mike and Eric, a different rage rose up inside of me. Then I remembered, man, I got homies, I got brothers and sisters, and they police, and most of them been on the force for years without a blemish on their record. Then I remember reading about Sheriff Jose Garza, who was killed in front of his family, right in his own front yard. But you never heard about Jose on the news. You didn't hear about Erica Moreno, shot, Norma Scott, shot, Jack Pierce, shot, and Amanda Fleetwood. I wonder if it would have been a different story if they all died wearing Trayvon Martin's hood. Could it be that we turn death into some sort of celebrity? We say black death, white death, we put ourselves in different death categories, but could it also be possible that our greatest strength is not found in our racial division, but in unity? And what happens when we start treating every life like it's a part of our community? And no, I'm not stupid or ignorant. I can see the resentment. There's obvious racial resentment in the world, but why continue to fault the faultless? Just because someone's from the Middle East doesn't make every Iraqi or Syrian you meet a terrorist. How much does a heartbeat cost?
Come on.
Maybe the same as a bullet. And maybe we traded our peace of mind for a piece of anger. Maybe we let anger control who we're meant to be instead of using love for the anchor. Maybe love is more than the anchor. Maybe it's the foundation. Maybe the evil things in this world knew that love can save our nation, so they hid it from us.
And with nothing to fight back with, we try to kill their darkness with our darkness.
Come on.
But only light can do that. Just like hate can't kill hate. Only love can do that. And Dr. King, he in your skin, or the speech that you speak, the right to greatness dwells inside every living being that has a breath to breathe.
Yes.
Hundreds of people lose their breath every single day, and we forgot to pray for them. We forgot to cry for them. Sons and daughters, mothers and fathers, didn't matter where they came from because their family, their lives mattered. What's that slogan we like to use? Is it Black Lives Matter? Or police lives matter? Or all lives matter? You know, I think that your life matters. And your life. And your life. And your life. Because if you truly look underneath the veins, then you realize that when skin is cut, blood bleeds the same. So let's start at a flat line 0 so that these hearts beat at the same pulse too.
Amen.
Y'all give it up for him. My baritone looking over there. Looking good. What is that on it? Is that a poem? No, I'm serious. I ain't joking.
Yeah, dude.
That's a word? Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Y'all give it up some more.
Yeah.
Words from the different tones.
Oh, for real? Yeah, already. I'm gonna have to check that out right there. For real, I'm serious. All right, moving along. Y'all give it up for him one more time. Give it up for him.